Hey Eric, I'm Colin. I work at Riker Ford. I got word that you wanted a little bit of a walk-around demonstration on one of our Raptors. Figured I'd tell you a little bit about it. So it has a remote start on it first and foremost. Lock button once, 2 times, button twice when the remote started. You can set it to acclimate itself or go to the previous setting in the setting screen, the digital information screen, if you will, inside. Come around this way with me. Beautifully profiled truck. Of course, it's as cool as it gets on the street, but it's as mean as it needs to be as soon as you need it to go Baja, you know, whatever, off-road, so to speak, right? Check this out. There's a double tap button on the key fob, actually. If you hit it, it automatically lets the tailgate drop. There's a tailgate step. You have a little bit of leverage to pull yourself up in there if you need to. This is capable of holding up to 400 pounds. I don't know if you can see from where you're at or not, but there are also 2 ramps in the back. I don't know if you have any 4-wheelers or even anything. You might just need to walk up into the truck. But regardless, there are ramps in the back. If nothing else, they just kind of big. Tons and tons of room in the back seat. You've got 2 USB chargers here, 110 volt outlet here, and then high and low settings on the back seat for heated seats. This side and this side are heated. The middle is unfortunately not, but it's still pretty nice to have heated back seats in general. Go ahead and lift this up for me. So as you can see, when I say you've got tons of room, you've really got tons of room. Load the dogs up, load a bunch of luggage up, whatever you need to do. I actually have a lot of customers that no longer even get a tonneau cover because they just fold the seats up and put their kind of stuff back here. There's also something here adapted from the SUV. There's a button on the headrest that if you push, it drops the headrest down. Now what's that do for you? Well, if you're driving by yourself with nobody in the back seat, you can see a little bit more out of your rearview mirror. I looked it up when it's somewhere in the nature of like 33% more out of your rearview mirror. And there's also box links that come with this truck. I don't know if you've ever had a truck before that had the little like twine hooks or whatever up on the bail rail or up on the bed rails. But if you take these right here, you can actually hook them in. Slide this camera back. You can actually hook them in up underneath of this ramp so that you can hook in, you know, use them to tie rope to, whatever. I mean, I don't know what kind of load you're going to have in here. I do know that it's a super cool truck. So you know what? Do me a favor and sit in the back seat so that I can kind of talk about what's up front. Okay, so there are all kinds of fun bells and whistles in here. Number 1 is a super awesome panoramic moonroof that stretches the whole length of the truck. There's also a cover to cover that up if the sun's ever coming in, bothering you, anything like that at all. You've got auxiliaries up here. 1 and 2 work without the truck on. 3, 4, 5, and 6 you have to have the truck on. Auxiliaries are used to hook up, I don't know, anything from an auxiliary diesel tank to a winch to light bars, you know, the LED bars, anything like that you might ever want. Now, a lot of this stuff is really pertinent. A lot of this stuff is what makes the Raptor as cool as it is, okay? So one of the first things is that it's got an automatic 4-wheel drive. If you switch it from 2 high to 4A, or automatic as it were, it will take the 60-something sensors that are underneath of this vehicle and compute when to use 4-wheel drive. Now, these sensors have a thought every 1/10 of a second. They literally think faster than the human mind is capable of. So by the time you realize that you even need them, they've already engaged and they're working. You've also got 4-wheel high, and of course you have to switch into neutral to go to 4-wheel low, but that's more for any type of a situation where you may actually be buried in the mud. You can also, I don't know if you've ever taken off at a red light before and had a truck or a car kind of pivot on a slick or icy or rainy day, but if that's ever happened to you, it's because your drivetrain comes from your back right tire. So how do we fix that? If it's ever going on, if it's ever slick outside, whatever, push this button in and you just lock the back axle. Pretty cool. So you've also got a trailer backup assist, or a pro trailer backup assist as it were. So what this does is if you're backing up a trailer ever, you kind of have to turn the opposite direction of the way you want the trailer to go, right? So if you push this button in, you literally turn around and look, and if you want the trailer to go this way, you turn this way. If you want the trailer to go this way, you turn this way. It really does make it feel like you're steering the trailer. I've had all kinds of people that felt like they weren't ever going to use it or knew how to back up a trailer that said once they tried it, they found it a whole lot easier. You've also got your trailer brake down here, cooled and heated seats on the driver's side and passenger side. Those are going to be high, medium, low setting for each of those. Now this right here, this is really important. This is called Sync 3. You get 6 months of Sirius radio for free. Under your climate control setting, all of this climate control stuff is right here. But Ford found it a little bit easier to access from up here. So I guess the point to all that is that if you're driving down the road, it might be a little bit easier to take care of it from here. Now you can push the voice button on the steering wheel and literally tell this truck what temperature to set it to. Quite literally push the button and say, set temperature to 82 degrees, and it will do that for you. You also have a heated steering wheel on this screen. Let's not forget that. That's about as cool as it gets. With your phone hooked up, you can see contacts, text messages, call logs. You can literally dial a number and hit talk on a dial pad without ever taking your phone out of your pocket. Now this is one of my favorite features, the navigation. The navigation on this thing actually hooks up to the Wi-Fi at home. So the days of having an SD card that you had to update every couple years or whatever, those days are no more. It hooks up to the Wi-Fi at home, so if a new McDonald's goes in Denver, or somebody cuts an alley in Cincinnati, or whatever it may be, as soon as it hits the map, hits the server, it's going to update itself just while it's off in the middle of the night, parked in the garage or driveway or whatever, right? Under the settings screen is how you access the Wi-Fi. Of course, we can go over all that kind of stuff when you're actually here to get the truck. But this is one of my favorite things about the truck, period. This is so cool. Check this out.
Please say a command.
I'm hungry.
Please say a line number.
2.
When ready, press the voice button and then say set as
So
destination.
this is quite literally taking us over to the Bob Evans right across the highway over there. Pretty nice. You can do that with I'm hungry, I need a gas station, where's the hotel, I need a hospital, where's the ATM, any of that kind of stuff. Basic necessities while on a road trip you can look up just using your voice. That's pretty nice. Now, this does have a 360-degree camera on it. These cameras are actually on the hinge to the mirror, so you can see the camera moving as I open the door and close it. This is a 2-scale depiction of the truck. Where these black lines are is actually where the truck is at. So it makes it pretty easy if you're ever in a tight spot parallel parked, or you're ever out in the middle of the desert, or whatever it may be, you're not going to run over anything that's so low to the ground that it could potentially hurt your truck, but you can't see it. This is your front camera right here. If I hit the camera button again, it's going to make that bigger. And then another really cool one is a 180-degree camera. So this actually sees 180 degrees off of the front bumper. So if you're ever pulling out of a side street or something like that, you don't have to look way up here and, try to peek around the windshield or anything like that. Try to peek around the A-pillars. You can just hit the button twice and be able to see who's coming from whatever direction, okay? Now, with all this on the table, this truck not only has all these fun and cool features, but it has a 3.0 independent Fox suspension that actually has over a foot of travel space. It's got 510 foot-pounds of torque and 450 nasty ponies under the hood. Literally a 450 horsepower truck. This is the race truck of the century. I can't wait to own one myself. I get to talk about them and look at them all day long, but it truly just doesn't get cooler than this.